In this video, I'll be sharing my top 5 niches for Q4 2025, specifically more low and mid content niches. So, if you're somebody who is maybe a beginner and you're unsure about what niches to publish in, or you're just kind of unstuck this Q4 about the best book, then I'm going to be sharing the best niches to go into that will definitely make you money this Q4. So, I usually like to get straight into it and not waste your time. So, the first niche we're going to take a look at is journals, and specifically guided journals. Now, these are kind of notebooks where you can write your thoughts, goals, gratitude lists, or reflections. And these are hugely popular during Q4 as many people want to buy them as gifts or prepare for maybe New Year's resolution and planning. Now, we'll take a look at a few of them on Amazon. And just first of all, if you type in the specific term guided journal, that yes, you will get a lot of search results. But first of all, what you really want to do is niche down, and you can just look at these suggestions that Amazon does provide for you. So we've got things such as guided journal for women, we've got teens, men, anxiety, we've got kids as well. There's so many ideas here that you really want to kind of niche down into. We've got mental health as well, depression. So there's so many topics to go into. And just by going into those topics, you're going to get a lot less search results, and you'll be able to target a specific sector of the market that right now might not actually have any books on. So you can create something unique that will definitely get seen by your market. So just scrolling down, we've got the very popular Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story. We've also got this 52-week mental health journal. We've got the Miracle Journal. We've got Mom, I Want to Hear Your Story, which is very popular. We've got a self-discovery journal, 365 questions, 1 page per day. All of these books have a lot of reviews and are doing quite well on Amazon. So the more we scroll down, the more we're going to get ideas. Again, look at the BSR, see how some of these books are doing, and just take ideas from a lot of these books and try to create something yourself that is unique. So next, what we're going to do is actually look into one of the more popular journals, and we'll take a look at this one just here, the Dad, I Want to Hear Your Story. So this is kind of a guided journal to share your father's life and his love. So you're just hearing more about his life in a personal journal. It's a great idea, and it does really, really well in Q4. Just taking a look how it performed last Q4, it actually got to number 2 in the whole market. So you can imagine how much it's making in that period alone. Even right now, it's making over $1,000 to $2,000 a day. So just imagine that with one book alone. And they've actually been able to build out a brand around this. So that's something that you really want to do with your books. And they also promote it through TikTok as well. And a lot of people have been promoting this particular book with just simple ideas. And people have been creating videos that are very relatable and emotional, that will really drive attraction to this book and will almost force people in a way to want to gift their dad this book during Christmas. So you got to find unique ways to promote your book. And even if you take a look at the inside of the book, again, they have different sections. So this particular section is on It's Your Birthday, and then just got various questions about your father's birthday that he can answer. So again, you can just go to Chat GPT or something like this just to come up with these questions, then go into Canva, and then you can format it, just have a few lines. Very, very simple to do, but the potential is really huge for this. The next niche we'll take a look at is activity books. Now, these are some of my favorite books to create, and all these contain are puzzles. You've got mazes, crosswords, word searches, games for kids and adults, and you can actually have so much within these books. And these sell really well during Q4 as parents and gift givers, they like to give these gifts so people can be entertained during the holidays, travel, and family gatherings as well. So taking a look on Amazon, we can see that there is actually a lot of competition for these books. But again, if we go to the Amazon search bar and just take a look at the keywords that it provides, as we really want to niche down and find something that has a lot less search results, that we don't have to compete with a lot of books. So you might want to target maybe a specific age or specific gender, or maybe adults or seniors. There's so many niches to target within activity books, but then with the age you're targeting, you want to make sure that you do have activities within that that does appeal to that age range. But just scrolling down and taking a look through a few activity books, we can see one here has a BSR of 384. We've got another one here with a BSR of 535, and another one here with a BSR of 1648. And even though these are great BSRs now, they are really going to go down during the Q4 period. And these types of books, they are really easy to create. Just taking a look at one of the best-selling activity books just here, we can see that yes, it is a bestseller as well. So that's something that you want to do with your books, making sure that you're putting them in categories that actually give it the chance to become a bestseller. Now, this particular activity book during last year, December, actually got to a BSR of roughly 204, which again is amazing. It would be making a lot every day. But if we take a look at the cover, again, it's quite a simple cover. You can definitely create a much better cover than this. And even the content inside the book is quite simple. We can just see here that it's got an exercise, kind of like a memory puzzle for different things that start with S, which is again very simple to create. And then you've got particular puzzles here, again another memory page, and then you turn over to the next page and now you have to remember the items. So again, this is something very simple to create that can be done in Canva. You just have to make sure, as I said before, that you've got exercises that appeal to the age that you're targeting, but these are really easy to create. And if you want me to show how to create these books, I can do a video on that, but let me know in the comment. Now, if you are liking this video, myself and Jenny Hansen Lane, we are running a Q4 masterclass this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, you're going to get so many benefits from it. You're going to actually learn how to 2x your book royalties during this Q4. It's packed with proven strategies just to help self-publishers, again, boost visibility, grow your income, and crush your goals during this Q4 period. I was able to make roughly 50K last Q4 period, and I want to show you a few advanced things that I haven't actually shared on my channel. So make sure you join the class, and I'll have it listed below in the description and comment section. So next we have coloring books. Now these are just books that are filled with illustrations that people can color in, and they can range from, again, simple designs for kids to maybe more complex patterns which are for adults. Now these are hugely popular during Q4 as relaxing creative gifts and also stock filler for kids, and they're also stress relief for adults. So these are really great books to make. However, a lot of people might say that there is huge competition within this. However, again, if you go to the Amazon search bar, then a lot of different results are going to come up, and all you need to do is just click on a particular keyword and actually niche down, see how many results there are, and just take a look at some of the BSRs to see if there is demand for your type of keyword. Again, if you are seeing books with low BSRs, then that might suggest that might be something that you want to target. But just taking a look through so many books, again, we can see very, very low BSRs, and a lot of people will like to complain that the niche is very much saturated. However, again, if we type in coloring books and we just look over the past 30 days, you can see how many of these books have been recently released just 18 days, 17 days, 8 days ago, 11 days ago, 5 days ago, and they've got very low BSRs. Again, we can just scroll through this page and see how many books that have been, how many specifically coloring books have been released recently, and they have very, very low BSRs. So there's something that they're doing that you aren't doing. But as I said, take time doing research, and still with coloring books, you can sell and do really well. And just taking a look at a particular coloring book, you can see this one here released last year in March. Again, just quite a simple cover, nothing really too actually amazing or out there. But again, this coloring book has a BSR right now of 257 and is selling over $200 to $400 every day. Now, last Q4, it did drop off a little bit, but still had a very decent BSR of roughly 10 to between 10 and 20,000, which again is really decent. And if we just take a look on the inside of this particular book, again, we can see some of the design. So with this type of book, you can hire an illustrator. If you feel confident enough to maybe draw it yourself, then go for it. Or you can even use AI tools. And I've got a lot of videos on my channel about how you can create these types of images with AI tools. But the demand is definitely there for coloring books. So fourth on the list, we've got how to draw books. Now, these are just step-by-step guides that actually teach drawing techniques, and they can be themed as well, such as animals, cartoons, and anime. And why they do well during Q4, as maybe parents, grandparents, and friends just want to buy them as creative gifts, especially for kids and teen who love art. So, taking a look on Amazon, first of all, again, we type in the keyword and we see that there's over 10,000 results, which is actually a lot less than most of the other keywords that I've shown. But to niche down, again, what we can do is just look at the Amazon suggestions. So we might want to target anime, we might want to target animals. We might want to take a look at patterns. We might want to take a look at super cute things. But there's so many that we can target right here. And just taking a look and seeing how many of these books are doing really well. We've got so many low BSRs, and you can see how much a lot of these books are making per day. We keep on scrolling. We're going to get so many more kind of different ideas. We've got 30 days learning to draw. So there's so much that you can do with this particular niche. And just taking a look at one of the particular books that are doing really well, you can see this particular book here, and it's currently got a BSR of 28, which is amazing. But last Q4 actually got to a BSR of number one at that point in the whole market. So it does really, really well. And just to think that a low content book can actually get to number one in the whole market is crazy. So there's definitely demand for low and mid content books. Don't let anybody tell you differently. But if we are to take a look at the inside of one of these books, just to get a little bit of an idea, you can see based on the theme that you have, let's say it's animals, then you can have a kitten as I've got here. And they've just got the kitten obviously at different stages. So they've got a little arrow here just pointing to the different stages and then the final stage. And then they've got a little section that you can practice. Now, a really easy way to do this is you can, let's say, maybe create the AI image. You can hire an illustrator, and then you can just use a magic eraser tool to just rub out little parts of the image. So you can kind of build it up at different stage. It might take a little bit of time, but as you build it out, then the page and the book will look really good. And if you want a specific video on this, then just let me know as well. So, last but not least are facts books. Now, these are books that are filled with trivia, fun facts, or educational bits about science, history, space, or animals. Now, these are great gift books for, again, curious kids or adults as well. They're fun, they're educational, and they have a huge appeal to a wide audience. So, they do really well during the Q4 period. And the keyword we're going to take a look at is random facts books. Now, this just has 130 results, so it's definitely a gold mine. And taking a look at some of the keywords it suggests, so you might want to add maybe weird facts books, random facts books for kids, but we can take a look down into how some of these books are performing. So we can see a list of books here that have very low BSRs and are doing really well. And this particular niche, for some reason, if you put Einstein on the cover, then the books seem to do really well. But scrolling through so we can get more ideas, then we've got actually 5,000 awesome facts. So something you might want to do is maybe put a number on the amount of facts that you have within your book. Maybe it might just want to be on a specific topic. We've got something on maybe World War II. We've got a book on general knowledge bombs. So again, a lot of interesting ideas that you might want to diversify and create something around. But taking a look at one of the books that is doing really well, you have the interesting facts for curious minds, another bestseller. And just taking a look at how well it done during the Q4 period last year. So in December, it got nearly to a BSR of number 3 in the whole of the Amazon market, which again is amazing for low content books. It just proves how well these books can do during the Q4 period. And even if we take a look at the inside of this book, you'll actually be shocked at how simple it is. All it has is several different sections. For example, we have this section here, the wild world of musical instruments, maybe a simple picture, and then just a list of facts. And that's how simple this book is to create. So again, you can maybe use an AI tool to create some of these images, and then you can use something like ChatGPT that will come up with a ton of these facts for you. And then on top of that, you just need an outstanding cover and making sure that you have a keyword that's in demand. And this is something that will do really well. I've got a similar book that does really well for me. So this niche is definitely a gold mine. And one of the things I love about what this publisher has done is that they've also created an audio book as well, which is going to add a lot more royalties to this author as well. So that's something that you might want to think about, is diversifying and actually creating some of your books, just like fact books, into audio books so that you can earn extra income. So those are just a few ideas for this Q4 that I think will do really well. Now, don't forget our Q4 masterclass that is in the description. You're going to get time-saving systems. You're going to get smarter marketing tips, and you're going to learn about ways to actually boost your income this Q4. So I look forward to seeing you there, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.